All right, this is day one of showcasing how to build an actual scalable business with Runflow.io. For the first business, I figured why not pick something that's very close to my heart. So, some of you know I have a dog called Zola. That's the little cuteness over there now at the Christmas market as well. And I figured something that I really always wanted is to have like a portrait of her at my home, of my dog so I can basically cherish it. So that is actually the first business we're going to start, which is called Maison Zola, of course, House of Zola. And I want to kind of show you behind the scenes on how we're basically building this on top of Runflow. So, to make sure that we can build like a scalable AI image business and basically showcase you what you can actually build with technology at hand. So this is an actual, working prototype. There's probably going to be some bugs along the way. I'm going to take you behind the scenes of everything that's working, everything that we're building out, so that if you ever want to, do this for yourself or think about a next business, this is for you basically. So let's show the proof. I built two things here. So the first one is that you can just drag and drop an image from your laptop, or you can use your phone. I know from my first business that most people actually have their things on their phone, so I can just scan it. And once I scan it, I can actually upload it from my phone. But for this one, I already have it into my download folder for the ease of use. And let's get going basically. So I know this is a dog. I have to be honest, like I'm always very bad at spelling the actual name of Pomerian. Just my bad. So I'm going to do it the right way here. So it goes next. He's a white dog. There's no other color. She has black eyes and she's still a puppy of 2 years old. So of course, a very important thing. She is playful and she loves little balls actually, in general, for some reason. So I'm going to be saving that. And before we start the processes, we're going to pick some of the painting formats that you can take. I love these two. I just want to see my dog into being a queen or a king. In that sense, I think the next variant would be like a queen version of it because she's still like she's technically a female dog. So that's probably the next step. And so what's happening actually in the background is before we paint, and I think that's very important when you're thinking about AI imagery, is you want to kind of review and you want to kind of understand if the quality of the image is actually good or bad. Actually, this is my little bug. Of course, in production, always something fails. So this is supposed to give you a good quality or a bad quality coming in. It will give you the sharpness and the brightness. So it's probably a little bug behind the scenes. So this is for us to fix, but the goal is basically to have some kind of good input coming in. I know that the good qualities are there because I tested the image, but once you want to do that at scale, you need to have some kind of like input output quality before you can actually start generating. Otherwise, you're just wasting money and also user time, basically. So let's start the painting. Just so that you know on this one is that when the quality of the image, so if I would upload any other image that where the quality is bad and is under 80%, it will not allow me to generate in that sense. This is just to go against the user experience of like generating images with a bad quality images. It just doesn't make sense. So you want to have that kind of quality gate before you start running in that sense. I can see some of these images actually came back quite fast. I want to see what's happening in the background as well. So you can kind of see in the background this is happening. So this is a run that was done on Runflow. This is the input image. Then there's a whole prompt behind it. I can, in the next iteration of this video, I'll show you how I got this exact prompt, how to get there. And this is the output image that is pulling in order to showcase my dog coming in. What it's also doing is actually calculating a score to help me as a user understand which one actually looks the most as my dog or not. Here I decided to actually showcase the images quite quickly. But what you can do is basically showcase generate the images, score them, and then only show the images that you that hit a certain threshold, so that you are not shipping unuseful stuff to your users in that sense. So this is now calculating in the background. It takes about 2 to 4 minutes, which is really, really long, and it's something we're optimizing along the way so that we can actually make this more useful at scale. Or we can just show the images a little bit, slower. But, for this experience, I decided to do it a little bit differently. I can see this in full picture. I can also share it along. I can basically say, hey, share it with test at Runflow.io. So I can actually, share that before I order it. I can actually actually also showcase that. As you can see, my preview card is broken, so it's not perfect. There's things that I will have to optimize along the way, but it gives you a little bit idea. I can even use a studio, which I think is really cool. So this is plugged in with our Runflow. You can kind of see this here. These are all the different things that are coming in. These are a few of the object removals is actually connected with this, so I can actually pinpoint and actually remove things. So I can just say, hey, remove this. I can pinpoint, I can change things basically. So I think that's really cool because now you give some flexibility to the user coming in and saying, hey, you know what? It's not perfect, but you can optimize it to your liking before we ship it to production in that sense. So these are all the cool stuff that you can actually do. Like I said, scoring takes a little time, but once that score comes in, it will give you an actual score about how long it or what the quality is of the ordering. In this case, I'm going to go for this one. And then also I like this one a lot, so I'm going to take that one. And now that I have the formats, I can actually decide to either, do that in a fine art print, gallery canvas, a frame print. For this one, I'm actually going to go for the gilt one. 50 or 70 sounds good. And then for this one, I'm going to go more for a gallery canvas, a little bit bigger one. And then I'm going to continue my checkout. I'm going to add a promotion to it. So this is I think it's called Maison Zola, I think. Maison, some code coming in basically. Anyways, if I order here, what will actually happen is I'm going to get, my confirmation email. So I'm going to get these coming in. So this is an email I'm going to receive. This is where they are saved. So I'm getting actually emails, which ones are saved, because these are the ones that I, send as an email. And I'm also going to get like a confirmation email when I order. It's like, hey, we've received your order and this is the next steps. This is completely, automated. I'm using a tool called Recent for this, in order to fully automate all of these images showcasing here. So yeah, just wanted to showcase you what is going behind the scenes of Runflow and how to basically build a business on top of it. I'll be sharing more updates about how I'm building Maison Zola out. There's no order yet, but I'll show you how we're growing it, what we're doing behind the scenes. And also good to know is that before we actually ship it into production, we use an upscaler as well. We'll upscale the image into an actual more detailed 4K image so that we can actually make sure that the quality of the goods are actually in good hands. A very important step coming in as well. So yeah, curious how you guys are looking at this. Love to get your feedback, and I'll be taking you guys into the journey on how we're building a dog business on top of Runflow.